Чего?
Бокал долил и выбрасывал.
Ладно.
Что?
Ладно. Заходи, если надо. So, we are trying. Yeah, we're definitely trying to make something. Not anything. I'm not sure it's much of success. But whatever. So do we have like literally anyone here? Any fellow clan passengers here? Not sure. So today we were supposed to try and discuss the divorced Flampers Owl in the form of stream, and I'm not sure if it works or not. But oh well. If someone sees this, then someone sees. If someone sees that, it's completely okay. I'm not sure I'm even speaking clearly enough to be comprehensible. But whatever. I knew this would be a complete dumpster fire idea, and I am perfectly okay with it. I don't see how any of this could be going anywhere else. The first thing we could try is remembering where it all started. And it all started with one specific post where I wrote a simple idea, basically just pointing out that sometimes in a game interactions between a robot and Flambeau just scream divorced to a couple. And people liked it so much that kinda spiraled out of here, completely out of control. And now it's almost 2 or maybe 3,000 of posts in, how long ago was that? Certainly from this end of January, maybe start of February. I must say, some we've been at this for around 5 months now, I guess. And these two fuckers, they are still divorced. They still haven't processed their problems. They still didn't walk through a of the issues, but it's completely fine. We will write it on them, aren't we? Okay, I can see that there is still absolutely no one here. Which, by the way, is completely fine. Yeah, it's absolutely, totally, perfectly fine. Why? Because I didn't expect much in the first place, obviously. It's like, you tried, you do it for loves. I probably have to repeat everything I already said if anyone ever comes here at all, but not anytime soon, obviously. But hey, it's fun. And if it's fun, we'll try to avoid it. And huh. Okay, I'm trying to see if anyone even saw this. Okay, here I'm to switch to Wi-Fi. And here. Here. It all sounds like complete hernia. What can I say? I didn't have high expectations for anything fandom related, shipping related. I'm basically here to say things about PL slash yaoi, whatever you call it, pairing in fandom of a video game, which probably makes me a degenerate. I mean, by probably, it certainly makes me degenerate, but hey, to each their own, I guess. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. Ah! What is it? Imbu cow. It says ah. Oh, wait, video. Not cow. It's a goat. Goat. Screaming. Ah! have like anyone here. Not really. I don't have sheep. Yeah. Okay, let's see what can download here. So perhaps we could just start with reading whatever it is we have, just to remind ourselves about our roots, you know. Okay, so it's lagging. It's fucking lagging. So Shawshank L. Okay, so the last thing we had was a Wingman Beef branch. Wingman Beef just wants what's best for his human. Robert needs a human who will feed him and love him at the same way Robert does for Beef. Robert needs a mate. That warm human smells like an old shirt in Robert's clothes. Robert always looks sad when he sees that shirt. Beef knows warm humans Robert's mate. Humans are just not very smart. They should sniff each other's butts and bring cool sticks and share their sleeping spot. Not argue over second or three. It's that simple. Well, it's not their fault that they want down. They're humans after all. Beef will just have to solve their problems for them and protect their pups when they have some. Okay, so Beef is, as usual, an extremely awesome, amazing, rotund, good boy. He knows he's human, as in Robert, so well that even he, this adorable little dog, decided that, yeah, my owner is a complete disaster. I'm gonna fix his life. Like, I'm gonna get him a mate. Because, well, Beef doesn't have the concept of having a husband or marriage, but, well, yeah, a mate. And Flambe just smells like Robert's mate. I mean, Beef never met Flambe before. Beef never knew that Robert used to have a mate, a husband, but, well, it just smells right for a dog. Like, he gently sniffs Flambe's shoe the first time he sees Flambe, and he, yeah, he just, like, sniffs it and goes, yeah, it sounds like exactly how I imagine my human's mate would sound like, smell, smell like shit in English. So, yeah, smells like humans mate supposed to smell. I decided I'll do everything to make you mate it. And to be surprised, this warm human Flambe, he is in fact doing it. He is, well, responding well to Beef's attempts to make a warm human and his human interact. It is obvious that warm human wants to be closer to Robert. Warm human is trying to communicate more, to be closer. If he's really happy about it, Robert is unhappy about it because Robert filed for divorce from Flambe. Robert had no plans of ever seeing him again because, you know, I'm a hero, you're a criminal, you did crime right in front of me, and I had to stop you. We thought I cut off your precious fingers so we can't be married anymore. My moral compass won't allow me to stay married to a villain. You lied to me, all that shit, blah 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 blah. We divorce, yeah. I mean, in almost every branch, the divorce is practically the same, should I say. It's just Robert getting enough of Flambe at some point because younger Flambe, well, didn't have mandatory court-ordered therapy. So, yes. What else can I say? Eh, nothing is happening. Well, where was I at? So, yes, and Beef is now trying to make Robert interact with Flambe, because he wants Robert to recognize Flambe as mate, all that stuff. Flambe is actually doing a great job going along with Beef's plan, because, well, Flambe doesn't know that Beef has a plan. Beef doesn't know that Flambe has a plan, but it's basically the same plan, because Flambe has only one point of intellect, and that single brain cell makes him on the same intellectual level as a dog, as a literal dog. Wait, is it why Flambe perhaps calls everyone a bitch? Because from what I can see, in this alternative universe at least, it definitely looks like Flambe is about as smart as a dog, and that is what makes him call people a bitch, because he thinks it's an insult. He thinks it's big insult, while in reality it's just, well, a female dog. Or an insult, I guess, if, how would Flambe said it? If you're a crybaby, I don't really understand English in that case. What even is a crybaby? I mean, I don't know. Let's move on. So how would a little dog like Beef even cry being a mask? And that is in fact very simple. Beef just needs to bring stuff to Flambe to show his affection, because if Flambe likes Beef, Flambe may come over more around Robert. And if Flambe is more around Robert, Robert may actually finally open his fucking eyes and see that his potential mate is right in front of him. Just take him, you stupid human. Well, or as already been said in the past, humans are stupid, they should just sniff each other's butts and be done with it, like dogs do, because dogs are amazing and humans are silly and stupid. And makes me think that, well, during their marriage at least, Robert and Lambert definitely sniffed each other's butts a lot. Probably while Lambert was still expecting Robert to spring some clown porn level of sexual deviation on him. If you know, you know. If you didn't, it was reference for a fanfic I wrote. That fanfic is called How to Meet Love of Your Life. It describes a first meeting between Flambert and Robert in My Divorced Flambert Ow. And, well, 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 yeah. And basically, the whole premise of that fanfic is exactly what I've always been writing in posts on Tumblr. And it is meet at the bar, get in a fight. Well, Flambert was feeling miserable. He wanted company, wanted someone to talk to, maybe. But, 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 something went wrong here. Because not only Flambert didn't find anything. Wait, and I lost my own. So, but hey, it's not that bad, right? I'll try again. Yeah. So Flambert was feeling extremely miserable because his love life is unsuccessful and he doesn't understand why, because he's objectively hot, he has a big dick and juicy ass, he's a good cook, he treats his partners well, so what the hell is going on, why is he single? And it's peak day of his misery, because sometimes misery just goes in waves like this. And since he's at the peak currently, he needs company and a drink. But unfortunately for him, his mom has a book club meeting, so it's out of the question. If Lambert's sister has a date with that bitch, fuck her. Alice Prism, Lambert's best friend, also has a date. What a bitch, fuck her, respectfully. And since the only two women Flambert could get shit-faced with safely and rant about lack of his love life, he is now alone and he goes to bar, and of course it's not a good idea to go to a bar alone, especially if you're feeling down and want to drown your miseries, but hey, whatever. Flambert proceeds to do exactly that, drink a few servings of alcohol while Petey himself throwing himself a emo pity party at the bar about how miserable he is, how he's already 25, he's probably too old to be married, he'll die alone, he'll never know love, he'll never have kids, nothing. And to make it worse, everyone around him has a date. Everyone has some kind of love life, which means his sister and Alice, of course. What happened next is a part I'm pretty proud of. It's part where Flambert notices Robert, who is also at his bar, and Robert is painfully obviously a normie, who is very young. He's a couple of years younger than It's was in the 20s already, so it's completely fine. Robert, he is just sitting in the bar drinking his own serving of alcohol. He is dressed atrociously with atrocious attempt at makeup. Notice, not makeup, attempt makeup, because we know Robert would probably start out of curiosity, and when he doesn't get results he wanted the first time, he'd just go, fuck it, my suit is already duct tape, is already made of duct tape, so why the hell can't I wear a smudged duct tape version of makeup? So he's trying, and it's obvious to an observer from the side that he's trying, but his sense of style is absolutely horrible, and he has no makeup skills. And Flambe spends some time drunkenly thinking about Robert, or rather about who the hell is that and why he's here. Like, sometimes a stranger catches your attention with something and you are trying to picture the entire life. You're trying to speculate who is it, what's his name, what does he like to eat for breakfast, what's his job. That's what Flambe does for a little bit until his attention is somewhere else. Because, let's be honest, Beach has no taste, Beach has no style, fuck him, I'm here to drink and cry about it. Then the fight starts. From very strong punches and fire, he notices briefly that weird normie is actually holding himself up pretty decently against metahumans. He even noticed Robert cutting off not cutting off, biting off, because according to people who follow my Tumblr, Robert is just a finger biting machine. Yeah, finger biting machine. Yeah, Robert. So they both get thrown out of the bar. Combat doesn't like it, Robert doesn't like it. But hey, what can you do? They are already out and banned. Well, what can they do? Robert can puke all over Flambe's shoes because he is concussed, or maybe he just completely shit-faced. Flambe offers him to go grab something to eat and start flirting. Robert gives his usual warning about expectations from partners in bed, about how Flambe can live right now. Hope it won't be offended because, well, not how to say it. And Flambe is like, well, I don't care. Let's go. They go to Flambe's place, where everything is suited for a sex night with a parakinetic metahuman who may or may not have lost control of his flames somewhere in the process due to feelings and emotions. Important point here. Flambe doesn't know Robert's name. It happened like this. Flambe introduced himself as Chad. Robert looked all over him and didn't believe him that his name is Chad, and in turn decided to introduce himself as Kern. So the only name Flambe has right now is Kern. And Robert turns out to be quite a dominant guy. He takes charge, he doesn't let Flambe do anything, so Flambe gets to be a pillow princess and It's basically a treat to his inner small girl that he has because, well, a cute guy fucked him dominantly. A feral twink dominated him. What's not to love here? Even more, Robert is not afraid of Lambert's pyrokinetic powers, like at all, completely 100% not afraid. Robert even seems to know what to do when Hank reacts with pyrokinetic, like how not to get burned. Lambert is very grateful for that skill because not many people can have an encounter like this and survive without scars, without any bruises, without any psychological trauma or a general grudge against humans and pyrokinetic scenes in particular, but well, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Next step is that they proceed to sleep. The entire time, the whole night, and Lambert, because he doesn't know shit about Robert, they literally met maybe an hour or two ago. Flambert is worried that Robert will at any point say something and Flambert will find out that this cute guy is mentally not okay or degenerate, whatever you call it, whatever terms are used or not used, I'm not sure even because internet won't give me a straight answer. So, Lambert is worried that the guy he hooks up with tonight may turn out to be not so normal average. Lambert is worried about Robert being sexual deviant, which of course isn't, but hey, well, one can have their own things to worry about. And there was no such. Completely. Like, absolutely. I don't know what I'm thinking anymore. And it's been 35 minutes. Okay, 33 minutes lost. Oh yeah, I remember what I was leading this to in this fanfic. Clown porn gets mentioned quite a few times. And this whole preamble I told you about how don't fall back or how to make everything, that's the thing. Because Flambe is worried, he needs to imagine some kind of scenario where Robert shows his sexual deviancy. So Flambe just keeps assuming that Robert is getting off to a clown porn. It gets referenced a few times, like, oh please, please don't tell me you are only able to do it when clown porn is playing in the background. Oh no, he's an actual dominating twink. This can't be happening to me. Please take me to the pole. Please. Why couldn't it be? Why couldn't it be clown porn? Why did it have to be fucking this? And there was like Flambe is so happy about what Robert is doing to him, well, not specifically to his body, but to his mind also, because Robert has a great sex appeal and he's attractive and he doesn't even notice. That somehow turns conversation to a towards trash bins, and just like that, now Waterboy has some trash to to collect, to sell, to whatever, do it what kind, pacifistic, altruistic superheroes do, I don't know. Where I'm from, there's basically no such thing as separating garbage because who the fuck cares? What else? Oh, basically it. At some point, Flambear becomes so hard, so intense that he decides, he decides he is gonna eat that one whole pussy and that one whole fiber. Hell, he would star in a clown porn of his own making if it made Robert happy. Okay, what do you do? What do you do? Nothing is working properly. Okay, nothing is working, nothing is working. And if you may ask why I specifically chose clown porn troll as a metaphors, right? Well, I was going for a kind of Deadpool-ish sense of humor, and clown porn was an actual gag in the first Deadpool movie. Why would I go for this vibe? Because Flambeau Robert are inexperienced, young, slightly responsible, more striky for sure. There is more passion in both of them. Yes, it is exactly how they go. So, clown porn looked like a perfect fit for whatever I needed to show. So, Robert fucks Flambeau, rocks his world, and inevitably, why one night stand has to end. What's going to happen? Flambeau expects Robert to wake up earlier than him, grab his things, and quietly leave to run away and never see Flambeau again. But to Flambeau's surprise, Robert is still in the apartment. Isn't the apartment even more so? There is Chase and someone else, and they want to know where Robert is. Turns out Robert got into one of the planes to pretend to be a millionaire, yeah, like the end of the first Kingsman movie, so that he could find a big efficient criminal world. So, yeah, that's why he mentions one lot. And what? While freaking out over everything, Flambeau calls Alice for moral support as Faith names her. She just had a good night with a good guy, or at least decent guy, and she wasn't in the mood for any talk, so Flambeau is her bestie, and his voice sounded desperate, and he was rambling about some guy he could hook up with and didn't leave for whatever reason, and now this guy is in his kitchen making him breakfast, all while apparently knowing how to season and stove next to Luca looks normal, but with the rest of the stuff, it looks like too much because the crust is burning whatever. Well, anyways, when we're talking about books, there were certain rules about how surprise and about how child could happen to be moved to hands of which, like, nobody wanted that fight with the kids, obviously. And it means they had to come up with some reasons, right? And maybe they were blaming it on others as well. What do we have here? We have what, 6 minutes.